this book, Noah provides a step-by-step process to help entrepreneurs overcome fears, have fun, and create a market-tested and scalable business using only their weekend, early mornings, and the evenings. The author claimed that he has used this process to build 8 businesses that are worth over $1 million each. According to him, after starting $8 million businesses myself, Kickflip, Gambite, King Sumo, Sandfox, Sumo, etc., I wanted to prove I could teach others to do the same. In trying to share the process, I realized that it consists of just a few core steps, which I call $1 million weekend process. This simple yet powerful $1 million weekend process is a 3-step process that consists of the 3 parts that is discussed in this book. Part 1, start it. Part 2, build it. And part 3, grow it. So let's get into it part by part. Part 1, start it. So in this part, Noah talks about entrepreneurs. Who are entrepreneurs? People who always want to start a business but they never start. The wish to start, they spend a lot of time working on the business idea. They don't just start the business. So he said at this particular point, you should just start. Start immediately. Start now. Don't waste time trying to figure it all out. When you start, you figure it out as you're going. That successful people usually just start and figure it out along the way. We talked about excuses that people give. The very popular one is that entrepreneurship is too risky, so I can leave my 9-to-5 job. He said that you don't have to resign from your 9-to-5 job. You just have to use your weekends, your early morning, your lunch break, and your evenings to work on whatsoever idea you have. The second thing he talks about that usually helps people from starting a business is the fear of asking. And he said that there's a popular myth around the fear of asking, rejection, that people don't want to be rejected. And he said that people should not see rejection as a terrible thing, that oftentimes we see rejection as something that is terrible, that rejection should be seen as something to be desired. In fact, we should set rejection goals, that okay, today I want to get 1,000 rejections, that in the many no's, in the many rejections you're going to get, you are also going to get a yes. Yes, he said that. You're also going to get a yes. So if you actually get 1,000 no's, in that 1,000 no's, there will definitely be at least a 50 or 100 yes. So rejection is not a bad thing. It's something we should all desire. It's something entrepreneurs should desire. Now let's move to part 2. You to take a few minutes of your time and do something for me. That's actually subscribing to this channel. In this channel, I talk about finance, talk about business. I share my experience on how I'm trying to make money online and how I'm trying to build businesses online. I also share things I learned from books like this. Yes, lastly, I share how I'm navigating YouTube. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe, so that when I drop a new video, you will see it. Of course, if you're not interested, you will not be here. Subscribe now. Thank you. Part 2, build it. The first thing Noah talked about, or the first step in building this business, you've overcome all those things that held you back, your excuses, your mindset. Now it's time to build a business. So he said the first step you should take is to actually find $1 million idea. How do you do this? Okay, he discussed 2 methods that people usually use when starting a business: the founder first approach and the customer first approach. So the founder first approach is you just trying to figure out everything, writing a professional business plan, having a professional logo, asking your cousin to do a website for you, just getting obsessed with the whole idea without even knowing if the customer will want it or not. Whereas the customer first approach is talking to a small audience that represents your customers and then finding out what they want, finding out if the idea you have is something that solves their problems. Remember, nobody cares about your idea. All they want is solution to their problem. I also point out that most successful businesses and companies started using the customer first approach, that your idea is not in any way different, because you might be like, my idea is very different. I don't think I can go about talking to people before I build it into something. I don't need to do that. Jadi. He said something here. Even the biggest companies started this way. Cited some example here. Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook in a weekend by emailing friends to use it. Version 1 did well, and Microsoft started with Bill Gates building software for a guy in Albuquerque. He had a customer first approach, and himself, he has used this particular approach to build like 8 businesses. So honey, your idea, my idea is not different. It can be tested using this approach, so you won't waste time. Let's get into the next step. The second step in build it, that's part 2, is to find out if your idea is $1 million opportunity. And you also provided a 3-step process you can follow to figure out if that opportunity is $1 million opportunity. The first thing he said we should do is pick a price point you think will be ideal for your customer. The second thing is multiply that by the number of ideal customers. The third thing is, does that equal at least $1 million? Yes or no? If yes, you can run with it. If no, maybe you want to reconsider it, because you should not start a business that you cannot scale to at least $1 million. The last step in this particular part is validating that idea. So you've done a lot of things. You've engaged with your customers. They have said that, yeah, it's something they want, it's something that will solve their problem. You have discovered that, oh, I can scale this to millions of dollars. Now, the last thing is to actually get your first $1 within 48 hours. Noah said that it's one thing for people to actually want something, it's another thing for them to hand you over money for that thing. By the time they paid for that product, they paid for that idea, that it shows that it's something they really want. It shows that that product, that idea is high in demand. So forget about all what you've done. Get your first 3 customers within 48 hours. And he talked about how we can also do that. The first way to do that is direct pre-selling. Now go back to your friends, your colleagues, your community, that small niche that represented your customer that you had a conversation with, and sell the idea to them. If they hand you over $1 within 48 hours, it means the idea is really, really something that is high in demand. The second way is paid promotions. You build landing page and send people to it. Now, he points out something, that if you're going to use this method, you shouldn't wait to make the website perfect. Part 3, which is the last part, grow it. So now that we've been able to overcome our fears, business, get our first 3 customers, Noah said that it is time to actually grow the business so that you can make money while you sleep. How? He talks about using social media to grow the business. I'm not going to go into detail on how to do that. If you want all of that detail, I suggest you read this book. Yes, honey, you read the book. That's you read this book. And he also talks about email marketing. For every detail, it provides scripts that you can use to like write your email, actions you can take in this book, very detailed. So if you want that, just get this and read. I will leave the Amazon link to this book in the comment section, which you can follow to get the book. Thank you very much for watching. That's the end of today's video. Do you want me to share more videos like this, like share things I learned from books I'm reading? Of course, it's not going to be something outside business and finance, because that's what this channel is all about. If you want more of things like this, just let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to share this video and like it. Thank you for watching. Bye.